He lied now. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know why I feel like that.
You recording? Cut the music.
I ain't recording yet, but we live though.
Let's go then. Shit.
Let me see if it's up already. Hey, man, you told your folks YouTube, Soundproof Hung Room, YouTube.com.
Got you.
Let me see. Yeah, it's up. It's up.
See what kind of response I get.
You're gonna get a good response. Don't worry about that. I ain't worried about that. All right.
Let's get to it.
Get this thing rolling.
We got to get this intro together. We are terrible.
It's true. It's true. It's terrible. We gonna work on it though.
We gonna work on it.
You know what I'm talking about? What's happening? It's your boy Colin Parks trying here with a little paint where it ain't, a little seasoning with some reason. We got one of our friends from back in the day. I tell you, she used to hold me down personally on the food tip. Okay? Tell the people who you is.
It's me, your girl, Queen E of Queen's Kitchen.
Okay. What else we got up in here?
What up, though? It's the 18th. You know what I'm saying? We here. Me, you, and the queen.
And the queen. We get the queen up in the house.
We here. Let's go.
Ebony, how you been? It's good to have you back. I don't know if you were an early viewer, like early.
Before you could see us, you could just hear us.
Right, before you could sync our faces. You would know Ebony. She been on here before, so she's always been around. So it's a pleasure to have you back. What's been happening with you?
Thank you. Hey, man, just working, trying to grow this business, get things off the ground properly.
Okay.
That's it.
What business? Tell us about the business.
Since I was on before, I've expanded to doing events now instead of just meal prepping. So that's that, and hopefully soon we can branch off and maybe do something else. I've been considering a food truck, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where we can go.
That sounds good. I'm hoping you'll be able to keep the mic like right there by your mouth, because that'll help us out a lot. But tell
You know how I feel about it.
tell people where they can find you if they're looking you up.
We're still working on my website. We're trying to get that live shortly. But you can, of course, find me on Instagram at It's Queen's Kitchen. That's ITSQUEENKITCHEN. It's Queen's Kitchen. And you can, of course, hit me personally via text message if you have any questions at 404-937-0256.
Okay. I can vouch for it. The food is good.
Yeah, I just had a salad. You know what I'm saying? Real scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
Yeah, real scrumptious.
I like that. Okay,
that
I'll
was a
take
long
that.
time.
You know, real scrumptious like.
And Crespo said what's happening.
What's good?
She just asked about
Yeah, she was looking for you.
She just asked about you.
And I told her you ain't pay your rent.
Okay.
Oh goodness, man. Goodness. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. We're a little running behind, but it's all good. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. Where should we start off, Pete? We got a lot of stuff done jumped off.
Let's just go.
With the justice system.
Right.
Yeah, let's just go.
Number one, first and foremost, Ahmaud Arbery killers got sentenced to life. And one of them started crying already, saying, I want to be put in a jail outside of Georgia because I feel like I'm going to die in jail.
It's possible.
Very possible, but you did the crime, so you're going to do the time. Whether they grant it or not, I don't know.
I doubt it.
And I would hope that they don't.
I mean, you could die in any jail.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah, they already done started. Well, one of them already started trying to get up out of there. So hopefully they just hold that down.
Right.
So that's that. Another thing I ran across this detective in Chicago, Reynaldo Guevara. You're not aware of it. Just last week, they had 7 convictions overturned in one day because they found that this cop had been doing a lot of witness tampering and evidence tampering. And they got a lot of people locked up.
Yeah.
A lot of people locked up, and it's a state attorney now that's going back and going over all of the cases. And I've never heard of 7 convictions getting overturned in one day in history. But they're going back and they're doing that, and they said to this day, since 2016, just on this detective itself, it's been 31 convictions overturned.
That's insane.
31 convictions. These people got time. I ain't talking about no 1-2 years. These people doing
Life.
I
saw.
You know what I mean? And one guy just got out. He did 20 years. You know, she did 20 years. And so, I mean, what do y'all think about that?
Just like a birdie. My bad.
That was terrible.
I mean, you know, she did the crime, do the time, like you just said. I ain't surprised. You probably can find that shit in every, you know what I'm saying?
Police department.
Yeah, so I mean.
Well, of course, but we're talking about the numbers of this one particular person.
You probably can find that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't put nothing by none of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I probably could agree because there are corrupt cops everywhere. But when I was looking into the article, it was saying this is the largest number of overturn in history. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, I'm looking, and then I started reading even further the things that they were doing. I'm just like, yeah, we know this stuff going on, but so y'all just gonna turn a deaf ear to it? So now what are y'all gonna do with Guevara? You know, and all the cops that were under him that assisted him.
Right.
What are y'all gonna do? Because now these people, their lives are literally ruined, and so what is how is justice gonna serve for them?
Right.
I mean, even if you lock Rivera and them up, the people's lives will always be different, so it really don't matter.
Right.
You ain't killing nobody, so I mean.
And I also think they were saying that with the statute of limitation, they may not be able to go after Rivera.
Right.
So then I look at the aspect of, will the city compensate these people? Because I know when there was a lot of people that was locked up wrongfully,
They giving them money.
They give them money. That's a lot of convictions that's getting, and they still working on more.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if these people are going to be compensated or what.
Because I know it's one in particular, they're waiting till Tuesday for some reason. Something was going on. They have to wait till this coming Tuesday to actually hear hearing the case. But most likely it's going to be overturned.
I think
as
it was
well.
like 4. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 more that she was working on. This one lady. So it's like, and it's a state attorney. Right. You know, you usually don't hear that from a state attorney, but it's a sister, and she went in and it was just like, you know, this is some foolishness. So I'm finna go ahead and open all this stuff back up,
right,
and get these people up out of here.
I seen the episode of this actually last year on Law and Order.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's so many, like you said, it's a lot of departments out there, and how do you, if you hold everybody accountable for just turning a blind eye? We probably wouldn't have no police out here.
I ain't gonna say that, but the number gonna be higher.
It's crazy.
Like you said, they said it's the biggest one in history. No, it's the biggest one they didn't found out.
They
haven't found out.
Or the one that they just said, you know what,
this is it.
This the one we gonna let them out.
Because you're fighting the system.
Yeah, I mean, that ladder get big. You know, that ladder get tall. Mm-hmm. Y'all really want to start? That's what they asking each other. Y'all really want to start climbing up there to find what's in them trees?
That's why one of my favorite movies, that old movie Serpico. Frank Serpico. Serpico.
You probably right.
Serpico. Yeah, that's what he did. Came in rookie. They come in, all these corrupt cops, and he was like, I'm not finna do all this stuff. So then he started turning on them. The whole system was against him and all this. He had to fight just to keep his job and all that. So, but I mean, it's a true story. Look it up. Frank Serpico, back in the 80s.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino was in the movie, but it's a real guy named Frank Serpico. That's what I'm talking about. The real guy.
So
But the
name of
movie is named Serpico.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie is named Serpico, but the guy's name is Frank Serpico. But yeah, that happened as far as the justice system, and hopefully that'll be able to be served properly, and hopefully it'll open some doors to other counties and other departments to shed some light on some foolishness that's going on.
Like even like, you need to let them people out,
Yeah, absolutely.
but their lives will never be. I mean, it's good to be able to be free, but if somebody done took 20 years from you, the world is so different than when you went in.
Yeah.
Hell,
You got to get reacclimated
Man.
to everything. Cell phones.
shit, it wasn't even no internet.
Yeah.
How long internet been around?
It's been over 20 years, but
But what? 20 what? It ain't been 30 years, has it?
No.
Hell
No.
Well, no. Okay,
No.
so technically the internet has been around
How long has
longer
it been
than,
around?
but the way we use it hasn't been. You know.
when the internet, I remember when
That probably been around maybe
90.
It was in the
Three?
early 90s that
Maybe.
we started being able to use the internet. Yeah.
94, 95 with dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a long time to be locked away, man. And then you
Hell
come
yeah.
back out here and to see how the world. Oh, I can get food delivered to my house.
yeah.
Not just Pizza Hut. Like I get anything delivered to my
I
house
can look at porn on a cell phone.
on the cell phone.
Shit. For real.
Man, yeah,
Taxis are almost obsolete because of Uber and Lyft.
yeah. You know what? I was
I
looking.
can't remember
at that.
last time I seen a taxi.
I saw one and it was a brand new Tahoe. And I was looking like, you spent that money on that with Uber and Lyft around? I would never.
I think it's. I said the same thing, and then I just traveling and being a lot of different airports. I realized a lot of people want something immediate. So
Okay.
taxis are still immediate. So when you walk out the door,
There's
their
one right
cars
there. Yeah,
lined
they're
up. So
lined
you
up.
just
Still
walk
there.
out and you go. So it's still a small market for it.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I question that too. Like, are they even? You know, they are obsolete. But then when I saw people would just walk out, hey, give me a taxi, take
Right.
me such and such.
I bet that
That's
shit
what I was
high
trying
as
to-
hell to get a taxi.
Probably, I know. Last one I took, he got me. He
He
was
got you.
nice, but he got me.
He gave you a good
He
conversation.
finessed me. Yeah, he
Right.
finessed me real good. I was in Pittsburgh.
Well, Uber and Lyft ain't cheap though. So
But a taxi, I'm
That
telling
taxi
you.
was a little more. I'll tell you why I
Hell
took
yeah.
the same trip. What happened was I was in Pittsburgh at a Raiders game. We beat them that game too. But
Wow. Wow.
okay.
I took a taxi to the downtown area to eat and hang out with my homeboys. And no, I took an Uber to get there.
yeah.
The Uber ran me about 55, 60 from where I was staying. It was a nice little ride. It was probably about 25,
Next
30
state?
minute drive. No, because where I was staying, Pittsburgh is spread out. It's spread
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, it has the most bridges in the U.S. A lot of people don't know that. But
Fun fact.
fun fact. Okay, but so when I left, my homeboy was like, "Oh well, I used this taxi driver the other day. He real cool. Here's his number." So I said, "Okay." So I call him. He come pick me up. Real nice guy. You know. I got back to my room. It was like $90.
I can believe that.
You could have
It
just
was
got a black
$90.
tie Uber,
It was $90. I don't know the whole levels of the Ubers.
a
and whatnot.
Lyft or whatever. You know.
I
Just
don't
the
know.
high
That might be
end.
around the same money.
And then sometimes the Ubers, I've been places where Uber, if you call it a certain time, they would cancel on
Yeah,
you.
they got the
You'd be
what
screwed.
they call the
I've never
spurs
had
and
one
all that shit. What they got
Yeah,
spurs?
they got a
Yeah.
surge.
Plur- yeah,
a surge.
surge and all that,
Then they
yeah.
got the airport tax. If you go into the airport, they
And
already add
if he
extra.
leaving a stadium, oh yeah, they getting that money.
Yeah.
They getting
Okay, gotcha.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's taxes. They still out there. They still out there. Moving on to some more justice, as we wanted to talk about right now. That's the flavor of the minute. We saw a video of a young black lady. Follow me now. We saw a video of a young black lady getting slammed.
So don't do it like that. Take it for the top. We
Yes.
seen a couple.
A couple of videos, but I want to start
No,
with the first video that came out. The first video that was filmed by the fella that was there
Yeah.
was her getting slammed by the cop. And
Right.
her saying, okay, I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
Right.
By that time, the cop was already slamming her. 2 days later, we saw the entire video from the cop's point of view camera.
Yeah.
And it showed where
A little different. Real different.
keeping it real goes wrong.
All the way wrong.
All the way wrong. How y'all feel about that video?
I blame the guy she was with.
Ooh, do tell.
Because he supposed to tell her, shut the fuck up, sign that ticket. We out here wrong. Period.
Okay. I can take that.
Don't sit on that and let her talk, knowing that you signed your ticket real fast for a reason.
Right. He didn't put
Ain't
up no
fight
fight.
it. None of that shit.
Yes, sir.
People getting killed out here, fucking around with cops. Granted, they just got lucky because the dude was black. Maybe he had a little more, patience. But cop ain't pulling you over, getting out, and then you just turn to walk around to your car and grab a phone.
Right.
That ain't happening.
You could have been right
coulda,
one
yeah.
through the
What?
head.
You know what I'm
real
saying?
quick.
So he was supposed to take control of that situation. When she got nah, we ain't going through that. Hey man, she gonna sign that ticket. Hey, sign that goddamn ticket. That's it. We ain't doing all this. You can be mad at me all
He was way more
day.
patient than he had to be. That cop was way more patient.
He
than
was,
he had
but
to be.
the dude she was with, he had to step up in that. Even though you might not give a fuck, like you trying to get out of there, because obviously y'all in the park. You know what I'm saying? Can't use them credit cards. Somebody might see that.
Yeah, because she's not. From what I understand, she's not even from here. She was visiting.
Well, hey man, sign that motherfucking ticket.
Yeah.
I pay the motherfucker. Sign the damn ticket. Lowering a ticket is like what, $35?
I was about to say $50 at the most.
It ain't that much.
$50. For me, like when I'm like everybody else, I saw the first video with what dude was recording, but instantly I was like, it's more to this. It's got to be more to this. So I didn't, I let it go, and then I was so glad that they released his body cam.
Right.
Because I was like, look, as soon as I saw it, I knew it. I was like, look, lady, all you had to do, and then you trying to be cute. What's your name? What's your badge number?
Right.
Baby, it's going to be on the citation. Sign it. It's not admitting guilt. Just sign it.
Mr.
Keep
Brutz.
it moving.
I'm going to sign the ticket. Mr.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, now that you're on the ground
I'm
leaking
excited.
asphalt.
It's too late.
Baby Jesus.
Yes. Oh, she was real good at calling God's name then.
Yeah.
She knew his name
She was
real
getting
good. I
locked
was
up.
like, yeah.
And actually the cop didn't even apply a lot of force. He was trying to be
Yeah, he was because he was a
wasn't.
woman.
He was not.
yeah, because it was a woman. And if it was old boy, he would have hemmed him up with the quickness.
He
like,
definitely
but
would.
he was just grabbing her by the arm, trying to take her down. He was real nice.
Man, you
with her.
need to back up.
And them crocodile tears got me. I cut the video off when they were trying to put in the back of the squad. Oh God, can you hand me my phone? What?
Right.
Girl, no.
She like, I can't get caught up out here. I need him to come get me.
Is there a name for the black Karens? Would she be?
I ain't doing that with you. You ain't about to do black queen
What?
like that.
They out here doing that? They out here doing this?
I think the problem is that so your anger is misdirected. For her that moment, your anger was misdirected. So, and it kind of got you slammed on the ground a little.
I don't
bit,
even think it's anger. I think what happens is a lot of people all of a sudden become professional lawyers,
Street lawyers.
street lawyers. At a point where when you're in the wrong, you got to admit you're wrong.
But I think she
And-
really thought she didn't have to sign that ticket. It wasn't illegal for her.
And in some states it's not, but in Georgia it is. Because
And that's my thing is, where do you learn? Where you learn? I'm not a lawyer,
No.
so for me, when I get pulled over, at that point, I'm gonna do what I need to do. That's just me
to make it
I
home
don't-
safely.
to get home safely.
That's
And then
it.
after the fact, I can say, well, hey, he did this, he did that. That's wrong. Let me call a lawyer up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at that point, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the laws. I don't know all this stuff. So I'm not finna sit here and try to book the system. And, unless he just finna just search my car, and I know he got to have some kind of reason or to do that. But I think a lot of people get caught up in this whole thing, and I believe a lot of it happens when we see on social media where people just buck at the police all the time.
Right.
The climate is there. I get it. But also, if you're in the wrong, man, admit when you're wrong and take
And
the
just
consequences.
take that.
It was just something so simple that you end up going to jail for.
Yeah, and I think that the thing is that, of course, by her not being from here, she doesn't realize that in the last couple of months or weeks or so, it's been some murders in local parks and stuff like that.
Right.
So they're trying to keep people after dark
If
out of
the
the park.
dude signed the ticket, sign the goddamn ticket.
He was cool the whole
Oh, yeah, he was
time.
chilling.
He was cool the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what was so funny to me, because that was the first video. Then when
Right.
you see the cop video,
Mr. Brooks.
oh my god,
It was totally different. Yeah.
she was way out of line.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign that ticket, Mr. Brooks. Nah, we passed that.
And that
That's a
cute
wrap.
little head wrap. I was like, oh, she was cute at the beginning of the video.
What's that little the little meme where they show the folks go to the club and they play the song and they all, and then they say after the tequila or after.
You look
That's what-
totally different, boy. Yes.
Where's Jermaine? On the dance floor.
Oh, right.
Man, it's over now, man. But yeah, man, just do what you're supposed to do out there, man. I got
Please.
a friend that's a cop out there, and she tells some of the stories, but she's just like, I can't wait till I retire so I can write a book. And I love to hear her stories because a lot of them are life lessons, a lot of them just common sense.
She going to tell him all the money she took.
Nah. See, I ain't finna let you do my folk like that. Nah, she one of the good folk out there doing what she got to do. Her and her crew out there in the cab.
So we see on the news. Hey, did your folk?
Nah.
That's your girl.
She ain't gonna be on the news.
I'm just playing. I don't even know you. I'm just playing.
But yeah, man, just do what you're supposed to do, especially when you know you're in the wrong, man. And speaking of that, how hard is it for grown folks to admit when they wrong?
Being accountable.
Being accountable. How hard is it? How hard is it for you, Ebony, when you know you done messed up
Okay,
and
so
somebody call you out?
if you had have come at me a couple of years ago, I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn, bullheaded. I'm an only child. I'm a girl. I'm a preacher's daughter. Yeah, me admitting my wrong a couple of years ago.
Y'all may be right behind
Yeah.
Pisces as the worst
But-
signs ever.
The worst
But
sign?
with growth and maturity and God's help, I'm able to admit my wrong now. You know, like, I mean, probably not every single time, but majority of the time, that if you come in and I'm actually wrong, I'm going to be like,
Are
yeah.
you 50-50 in this?
Oh,
or-
no, way more than that. We're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about like 90-95% of the time. I'm going to go ahead and admit my wrong.
Okay.
Now, we ain't finna harp on this now. We're not finna keep talking about this. I said I'm sorry.
But what are you sorry for?
Whatever I did wrong.
We need to discuss it. We need to
I ain't
make
did
sure.
nothing wrong to you, so I don't
No,
have
I'm just saying that's how it needs to be handled. We need to know
No,
why.
okay, a conversation about it, yeah, but we're
Right.
not gonna like keep talking about this unless we haven't resolved it. Unless you know.
What if I'm not
but-
satisfied with the answers you're giving and I keep bringing it up?
So you either must be my fiance
Right.
or the man signing my checks at work.
Okay, all right. As long as I mean,
Gotta
somebody,
be
I just
one of
wanna
those two people for me to keep talking to you about something
That you did
continuously.
wrong.
know. Okay.
Yeah,
What
because
if
I
it
mean,
was Officer
me,
Brooks?
Yeah.
why I gotta keep talking to him? If we in court, then that's gonna be the conversation.
Oh, okay. What about on the street, though?
On the street, yeah, absolutely not. I'm not finna give you all that kind of time.
Okay, well,
I
you
said I'm
gonna get
sorry.
these cuffs. You gonna get these cuffs.
You're right. I ain't giving you that kind of time. You gonna give me the time.
Get these cuffs.
No, oh, so you're talking about a police officer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's why I said
yeah,
Mr.
sir,
Brooks,
I gotta
Officer
get to the house. Yeah. What did you say you needed from me? Yeah, I apologize. I know
Oh,
I was
okay.
going
Okay.
55 and a 25. I
Oh, yeah.
apologize. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of
Driving
that,
reckless out here.
yeah.
Okay. So you now you're saying you've grown
admit
to
it.
where you can sit and
Yeah,
talk about
I can be held
when you're wrong.
accountable. You know, like if I'm out of line, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, but I do find it hard when it comes to situations when it's multiple sides of the situation that's wrong, and it's just kind of like, well, okay, I'm sorry, but what about you?
I feel
No,
attacked.
it ain't
Oh,
no
what
what
about
about
her?
you. No,
You
it ain't
know?
none of that.
Yeah,
It
you
ain't none
can't
of
do
that.
that.
Deal with you.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't
Deal with
put
you.
all them other.
I didn't say God was finished with me. I said I know how
we
to be
just-
accountable for me now.
We're trying to help you in your
Yeah, you know what I'm
arguments.
saying? We try to get you right.
You can't bring other elements into the argument.
What you did last week? We ain't talking about last
We
week.
talking
Should have
about-
brought
we
it up
talking
last
about
week.
today. Why my tomatoes weren't in my salad?
But
What
if
we
it's
doing?
relevant to this situation, if it's relevant,
Should have.
But, okay, that's a great point.
It was relevant last week. Should have said something.
Right. Do you think that's a fair argument when you bring up something that probably happened, like you said, a week or a month ago in a situation and you didn't bring it up, but now that something else has come up that can kind of come into it, could be an additive to that. Do you think it's fair to bring it up at that time?
Yes. Okay,
Expound, please.
Like take for instance, if you have a significant other, your significant other comes home.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Comes home drunk, right? Okay, comes home drunk, right? And so that's this week. You don't say nothing. You like, okay, cool. He came on home, took his clothes off, got in bed, sleep, whatever.
Right.
Then next week, he comes home late and drunk.
Okay.
So now you come home with the sun up and you're drunk. We got a problem. So yes, I'm gonna bring up last week. You started last week drunk, and now here we are at 5:00 in the morning, and you home and drunk. This is an issue now. So yeah, you can bring up previous things if it's relevant to this cause. You know what I mean? Now I ain't saying every single time you argue with somebody bring up the past, but if something has happened and it makes sense for this moment, yeah, bring it up.
A little pattern.
Yeah,
Right.
Especially if it's a pattern. Yes, you
Pattern.
definitely gotta shout it. This is a pattern.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's why I like to have these conversations. That's a good one. Because my next question would be, why wouldn't you address the drunkenness the first time? And not, I think it's a way you can
he
do
fell asleep in the foyer or something, and we didn't have time. And by the time the next morning came, I had to go to work. But today I'm home. You know, when he comes home drunk. So you feel what I'm saying? Like, so,
Hey, 4 years is like
It's real life. It's real
no,
life.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
My guy does not drink like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So no.
Oh, okay.
But I was trying to come up with an example that made sense. So like, he fell asleep in the foyer on the sofa, and by the time, I was going to work, and so when I come home from work, I'm already stressed out, so I don't want to talk about it, But then now, when you come home next week at 5:00 in the morning with the sun up and you're drunk, I'm gonna go on and bring.
So
that
you
up.
would let a whole week go by without having that conversation?
I mean, you was drunk.
shit happened, though.
Life happens. I mean,
You can't.
but I'm not letting this 5:00 in the morning and drunk go. No, I sit up and wait on this. Go on and sober up. That's cool.
Dang.
So you get one pass.
Yeah,
Well,
get a
I mean,
pass.
shit happened, though. You don't
You
walk
can
to the
have a
house
pay.
drunk before.
Oh yeah, plenty of time. I done got cussed out plenty of times.
But you've had situations where this argument just didn't happen, like, and you knew it was going to be an argument, or you knew this situation constituted an argument, but it didn't quite happen. But then there you go, fast forward a couple of days or a couple of weeks later, and something else sparks you. You're triggered, and
all
here
that
we
come
are
back.
talking about this whatever happened. That don't happen. Yeah, okay.
No.
I try not to do that. I try my
Okay, help
best
me.
not to do that. Because I like to deal with the situation at hand.
Okay.
Whatever it is that just happened, I try to deal with that. I try not, because if I didn't address the other stuff that didn't happen, and of course, if we're having this conversation and it all ties in, our communication should be good enough for you to understand that I am also talking about those other times that you did it without me having to bring it up.
Gotcha.
You
Gotcha.
did.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay on task on this right here.
You say you
Now,
keep
I'ma
your shit
break
in
it.
order.
I'm gonna break it all the way down right there on this one.
Right.
Okay.
So
it-
you'll know that it
That's
encompasses
like some,
all of that.
That's like some pimp shit.
I ain't gonna say no pimp stuff.
We
I
gonna
just
get this right now.
I just
Yeah,
wanna,
like, we gonna have this conversation.
I want to break
Uh-huh.
it down right then and there. That way you can understand that. Okay, I've been letting this shit slide,
Right.
but today
But today,
we finna talk about
nip it
this.
in the bud.
And that way I ain't gonna have to backtrack and go into all
Right.
that. 'Cause
Okay.
I think
Gotcha.
people kind of feel attacked when you start doing that.
Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah, you don't care, huh?
No, I don't not care, but I do.
He was talking to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't not care, but I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna nip it. We gonna nip it in the bud right there, every time.
Every time.
Every time.
So the first time she walk in drunk, hey, what the problem is?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on?
So you like one of them people that's go beat your child in the middle of Lennox Mall, right where they act up?
I wouldn't beat.
Okay. Not beat. Okay.
I'm just going by the words
from
you
the
use,
80s.
you know what I'm saying?
Spank or reprimand your child
goodness.
in the middle of Lennox Mall right when they did it instead of waiting till you get outside of home?
Well, my kids are grown, so
What?
I couldn't imagine not beating their ass on sight if they fucking up on sight. So I don't know.
Have you
It
had to
depends.
do that before when they
No,
were
my
young?
kids ain't them kind of kids. They wasn't them kind of children.
Okay.
So nah, I don't have them issues.
Oh, you was blessed.
I was strict. I wasn't their friend till they got older.
Yeah, I don't know you that well,
Right.
but I actually, based off your personality, I can kind of see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can kind of see him being one of those stern parents, and it just kind of be like, it ain't even worth it. Look at, like, dude ain't gonna let this go, so let's just not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But like he said, he wasn't his friends until they were older.
Yeah, that wasn't
I
their
think a
friend.
lot of parents now, they want to be friends early. And they just be talking to him any kind of way. And I just like, I don't leave that alone. Because I ain't got no kids, so I don't be having no say about it. I got my own opinion, but a lot of people say my opinion don't really matter because I ain't got no kids.
It still matters. I mean, your opinion matters regardless. Now you can't go into nobody else's household and tell them what to do, but you can still have your opinion on. I don't have kids,
Right.
but I still have my opinion on like what I think is right and wrong.
Yeah. And then let it be in your house. Let them kids roll up in your house. And they just,
Yo, I just be looking.
oh goodness, man. Okay. Shannon said that we don't want to bring up every damn thing. Sometimes it ain't worth. It's not worth it
Cool.
to bring up everything.
Buddy asked Shannon nothing.
I don't know. Some people like to do that, and I think that's a
You know why I feel that way? Because I want it done to me. So we ain't got to address it twice.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a person. If I do something, tell me.
Hit me then.
Because if you let it slide, I'm like, well, why you ain't say nothing when I did this shit last week?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
With that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if I give you an issue, let's address it. Because I don't want it to fester, and then you come with more smoke than it's really about, and then I'm probably be like, yo, it ain't even that serious.
Right.
And now you can be talking about, well, you don't take me serious and all that.
Yep.
By the time it's over,
We fussing about something
No, we
else.
probably
Something
fuck it.
It's more
totally different.
attitude. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Right,
that,
but
hey, you
I'm just
know.
saying, like, yo, if I come, let's say you just drunk shit. If I come stumbling in the house drunk, I expect to get some smoke from that probably the next morning, because it's a safety thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a care, all that. So I expect to hear something. But if you just
Right.
let it roll, and I look at that shit like, damn, she ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I might take that shit the
Do
wrong
it
way.
again.
Like, you see me come in this month for one shoe, you wasn't gonna say nothing? Okay, bet that then. Bet that. You see, so on me, it all depends. Yes. I'm just saying. You could.
It's funny
my,
you say
my,
that.
my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, they have a rule. 3 o'clock. Better be motherfucking door closed. Not coming in that motherfucker. 3 o'clock. So whatever you doing, 3 o'clock. I went home to visit my brother. We went to meet up with my oldest brother. He was throwing a party. It was all cool. We was having fun. My brother did one of these. It's time to go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Respect the house.
I
Yeah.
respectfully, you
He
have
say-
to set your boundaries.
He said it's been days. He done jumped over bushes to get,
OJ.
but it worked for them. I don't know. You know,
they
I
do
do
that.
know, but you know, things happen, and you got to set some boundaries. And well, the sun won't beat neither one of them up because the other one be sitting on the porch.
Wait.
So,
Yeah, with a bag.
no, I ain't be there. It's gonna be some words though. You know what I'm saying? So, this is to set the boundaries and respect the boundaries.
I like 3 o'clock. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
because the
what they
club
say.
let out. If you even
Yeah.
go to the bar, or something 2 o'clock is over. You know, get to your car, get home safely.
Yeah. And what if you at a house party though? Them house parties go.
Yeah, 3 o'clock is 3 o'clock.
You're right.
Yeah,
I agree with
it's
you with the
the
3
change.
o'clock. I'm just saying, that, you know, the other
Yeah, like 3
possibilities.
o'clock.
3
doesn't
o'clock,
change,
3
doesn't
o'clock.
matter where you
Yeah.
at.
At 3:30, what you doing?
I mean, if you're at your mama house, you need to say, "Mama, I love you. I'll see you
I
tomorrow."
gotta go.
3 o'clock.
Rule of miles, 3 o'clock. I gotta go.
I gotta get to the house.
Yeah, mama don't.
Respectfully.
Mama pro don't. She don't.
Yeah,
I gotta go home to this lady.
Right.
Right.
Or you need to make that phone call. I'm finna be.
Nah, ain't no staying
I
tonight.
don't
Bring your
that.
ass home.
Yeah.
But what if
I'm
you?
not really with
What if you
staying
are
out.
incapacitated? Where you?
If I'm
can?
drunk, then
Call
and
me,
you
I'll
at,
come
and you
get
at your
you.
mama house.
Oh,
somebody
your
gonna
mama house is
call.
different.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Okay.
yeah.
Somebody what?
Gonna call. Let my
Oh,
let my
okay.
lady know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
He
you at
over
your
there-
mama house, I might. You get a pass. I'll let you stay
Fuck
at your
that.
mama house.
Nah, I'm
but
good.
anywhere else, I can come get you.
Your
You
mama
not-
shouldn't even
I'm
be up
not
at 3
drunk.
o'clock in the morning. Bring it home.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
that. You go out of town, I expect you to go to Africa. I need you in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
What?
Now, that's some foolishness.
Yeah, no. Out of town, no.
That's some foolishness. It's funny you say that though, because that happened to me one time years ago. I was younger. My 31st birthday, I had a house party at my house, and I got drunk. I ended up throwing up and going and getting to bed about 12:30.
Right.
Crespo was there. He helped me grill and everything. But I was done. My house was full of people.
See?
And the girl I was dating at the time left. And one of my best friends, Elle, shout out to Elle, she was like, Sean, I don't know.
Elle should have minded her business.
She shouldn't have left you.
Should have minded her business.
And, at that time, I was just like, I ain't worried about it. My homeboy ended up staying the night on the sofa. So when I got up, he was still there, made sure the house was clean or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. And that's why I like to have women friends, because they sometimes can have you think about things that a man just won't think about from a woman's perspective. And when she was like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, she shouldn't have left you.
Why?
Because if I'm her significant other and I'm at home.
You're a boyfriend, you're a husband.
I was a boyfriend.
Okay.
So she was like, nah, she shouldn't have left you.
Why
I
not?
agree.
Why?
Because, okay, so now if y'all were just starting to date,
Nah, we was good.
but if y'all was
Why?
actually
We
in
ain't
a-
got to get off.
We was
Why?
good.
Why should she
because
stay?
if I care about this man,
Okay.
he's drunk, he's passed out in his bed,
Okay.
then that means that I'm supposed to make sure he's good. Like,
He's in the safest place in
and
the
I'm
world.
pretty sure she done spot the night before.
He done say he in the safest place in the world.
Yeah,
He's in
and-
his home.
and in my care is gonna be his safety too.
You at home.
Like,
Well,
no.
how do you know I ain't got responsibilities on my end?
What do you
What if I
mean?
can't stay with you? What if I got kids at home? I got a babysitter.
So
It's a
that's
lot that goes
different,
into that.
But I'm pretty sure that.
I'm just going by what y'all said. Y'all said she should stay. I mean, y'all don't know why.
So okay, did any of that was that any of that part of play? Did
No.
she have kids to get
No
home
kids.
to?
It doesn't-
Did she have to get to work first thing in the morning?
It's,
Any
it's
of that?
part of adult.
Okay.
It's part of adulting. When you put yourself in situations like getting drunk, because she didn't help. She didn't make him get drunk. He got drunk. He was at home. If I clean up the house and close the door, what's the problem?
She didn't though.
She was with people that loved him probably more than her. That's like Crespo was like a brother to you. I feel safer with Crespo. Yo, I'm glad you stayed than her probably. Y'all mixing too much.
So, and I get what you're saying. So what you're
I
saying
follow
is,
him, but
because it comes down to seniority at this point, what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It comes down to seniority. And I
So-
think because when we put these relationships between men and women in play, we automatically shoot it to the top. And it takes precedence over the people that's been there for me forever.
She don't love him.
But
She don't love him no
At that
less
time.
because she left. She might not even know how to deal with that shit. You don't know.
at 30
Right.
years old, you don't know
matter.
how to
I
do
know a
it
lot of
then?
30 years old don't know how to do a lot of things. I know 30-year-old women that don't know how to change a tire.
I know 50-year-old women.
You know what I'm saying?
Tired.
I'm not finna change the time. But okay, that's what AAA and y'all are for.
You couldn't call me because I'll be talking shit. Like, your man, you got a man and you don't know how to change a tire?
I wouldn't call you if I got a man.
I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, what if he out of town? You got to call somebody.
Oh, if he out of town, then you need to be coming if you my people like that.
Why?
Because he's out of town. Ain't your job as a black man and my friend. If you're my friend.
I'm coming, but I'm talking shit. But guess who's going to change the
Oh,
tire?
I don't care nothing
But
about
guess
you.
who's going to change? No, I'm not. I'm going to teach you how to change a tire.
I know how to change a tire.
So
I'm
why-
not going to change the tire.
Why?
Because you're a black man, you're supposed to protect us.
Hell no. Hell no. If you
Yes.
know how to change a tire, why wouldn't you change your own tire?
Ralph, because that's not what I'm supposed to do.
Says who?
Me. I'm not saying what all women supposed to do. I'm talking about me.
I'm with Ebony on this one because it's some things.
What if you're in the car by yourself? What if you don't have a man?
No,
I'm calling one of my homeboys.
I'm with her on this,
AAA.
and this is why I say I'm on this because of that. Because women do things for us that we like when we get sick, and they ain't even got to be my girl
That's
or whatever.
true.
They gonna come through. They gonna fix you a plate, or they gonna what you need me to pick you up from the store, this and that.
Absolutely.
In turn, that's us doing things that even if they know how to, they shouldn't have to. If I'm able to do this for you, because when I'm in need.
Right.
I'm gonna want that reciprocation.
You being sick and you not changing the tires too different.
I don't think so. It's
If
all.
my-
It's
if my- if
about.
my lady
It's
at the,
about.
if my lady at the grocery store, I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She get a flat. She should be able to handle that.
Oh, I see that.
If she
What
want,
if she can't?
hold on.
What
If
if
she
she
want,
can't?
if she want to call somebody, whatever. But being with me, she already know how to change the tire.
I never
'Cause she
said I
watch
don't
me.
know how to change a
So
tire.
you should change your own tire.
No.
Yeah.
Not when it's a man around that I can call that can do it for me.
Why somebody got to come to your help and you know how to do it? That's just like cooking. Men want a woman that know how to cook, but he can cook.
And that's exactly what y'all do.
We cook.
Not all of y'all.
I don't know a man that can't cook. I didn't say that can't cook.
Yeah, but y'all
But
don't
he
cook.
can cook. So if he's hungry, you're not around. What are you gonna do?
Wait,
You're
most
gonna
of
cook
y'all
you
gonna
something
wait
to
till
eat.
your girl get there to eat.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
I don't know, Ralph. I'm with Ebony on this.
I'm
one,
not. I'm
man.
not.
I'm with Ebony
if you're a
'cause-
bachelor, you're going to feed yourself, and it's good to have that.
Bachelors can eat quicker than married men.
Absolutely.
So me being a bachelor, your argument is different. Your argument is wrong right there. Bachelors can eat quicker than a married man.
Facts. But
My daughters know how to change a tire. Why? Because I don't ever want them to have to depend on a man for nothing but love and protection.
I'm not depending.
But if they walk out their house and they tire flat, you got to be to work in 45 minutes. You ain't got time to call nobody. Change your tire and do what you got to do.
what if it's at
Respectfully.
midnight? Like,
That's different. You talking about different time in the night? Okay,
but
cool.
it's
Call
still-
me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're able to, able could be time of day, anything. Handle your business. If your man, I don't know if your man live with you, but your garbage day, do we come take your trash out?
I haven't touched trash in years.
So he
I mean, I'll
he
take
shows
it out
up.
the house, but I haven't taken
Who
it
takes
up
your
and down.
trash can to the street
Him.
for the last 10 years?
Not that long, but yes, different person. Yeah.
Would you allow your wife, if let's say you go out of town, it's trash day, you gonna call somebody to come take your trash out to
Nah.
the street?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But this
Gotta
is,
do it.
This enables you to make moves. Like, those are just kind of tasks. Those are daily tasks. But this here is going to render your progress throughout the day. So if that tire is flat, and it's plenty of women don't know how to change a tire.
That's true.
So I give you. So if you know how to,
what we just witnessed,
right?
what we just witnessed, dog.
witnessed a woman change a
on.
battery with the quick.
With
She
the
did it in
quickness.
like 10 minutes, quickness, and we was like, okay. And she did more than I've ever done to change a battery with the
Yes.
quickness.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Respect to Jazz. Shout out Jazz. But women don't know. The women that do. So I hear what you're saying. And if you can, don't. I think what you're saying is don't lean on and expect for somebody else to
That's
come and
all I'm
do it.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think the way that you was giving it off, like,
I'm just saying,
you should never call a guy to come do something that you could do yourself.
If you can, why don't you? And she said, because I'm a woman. Okay. That mean you're above changing tires?
Never said that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're able to, why not do it?
I mean, I just think that I'm glad that I have the skill, the ability to, but I think that is the man's job to, that's not the right word. What word am I looking for? I mean, to care for us, to tend to us. I
So-
just think that's what. Yeah.
So let's give it a dilemma, like he said. If you was getting ready to go to work, and your mate is already at work, you know how to change the tire. You go out, your tire is flat. Are you gonna expect for him to leave work and to come and change your tire, or you would be fine with going out and saying, "Damn, I had to change my tire and go to work"?
I am
And then-
the wrong person to ask because I'm going to be honest with you. No, I'm not going to ask him to get off work, but I am going to call my job and I'm not going to work that day.
Wow.
You're not going to work over
Wow.
a tire? Wow.
And you'll wait till he comes home and takes.
You see what I'm saying, dog? Hell no.
Absolutely.
I'm just pushing buttons.
My house is on a hill, first of all, and if the jack stand slides, I'm gonna get
This ain't
hurt,
going.
dude. No,
Nah, you just let it roll down to the end and where it's flat, and then you change the tire. Come on, E. I'm trying to help you here.
I'm not making no.
She said,
Hey,
well, hey,
I'm being honest
hey,
with you. I'm being
hey,
honest.
Hey, we
I'm not-
appreciate the candor.
She didn't say,
I'm going
hey,
to-
She didn't say I'm gonna be late. She said she ain't going.
If AAA can't get to me, or I can't call a cousin, or
Okay,
yeah,
what if,
no.
let me ask you this:
sorry.
you in the business delivering meals, right? That's part of something you do.
Yeah,
Let's say you got the car packed up, right?
that
Dang.
has happened.
Right,
You remember that day I came home, my tire was messed up?
Right. And you leaving the house though. You walk outside. It's flat ground. I'm gonna give you everything you need because that hill got you fucked up. Okay, so flat ground. You a deadline person. You got hour to get there. AAA you gonna call them. They still gonna say we might be 45 minutes. Are you gonna change that tire?
My sister Michelle is up the street, and she has a SUV that I can,
Hey, I can't help you.
Move it on, man. Hey, man.
I mean,
I'm not saying you wrong for not changing it, but I need to know you can change the tire, man.
I would. Oh my god.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, no. It's not gonna happen.
Oh my God. Okay, let's move. We're gonna try to move on from that. More good news. Serena Williams is on her last tour. She's retiring, people. It's been a long time coming. Not saying that in a good way. I think everybody wanted to see her get that, at least tie the record for the most majors. But she just was like, she got other things to do. I just want to read off one of her things. And this is my debate for one of her, saying that she's one of the greatest athletes ever. You know, she's played in 33 Grand Slam finals and won 23. And won 14 double titles. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Is it safe to say that she could be considered one of the best athletes ever across every sport? Not just tennis.
Absolutely.
Every sport.
You know why? You know why I feel that way? Oh, go ahead first, Abby. You got something to say.
I mean, my response is just cut and dry. Absolutely, I agree.
I think because, and I say it more than a football player because she plays offense and defense. A lot of people, football players are great, but Tom Brady's great on offense. He ain't hit nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I take that shit in consideration when it's time to talk about athletes and where we would rank them and all that. Like, if you only play one side of the ball, so
Gotcha.
Right.
Tiger Woods, same thing. So
Right.
you ain't hit nobody. You hit a ball far as hell. You accurate with it all. But you ain't touch nobody.
Okay. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. On top of, and I think a lot of people miss it because the sport of tennis is not it's not very welcoming.
I thought you had a seizure or something.
No, not very welcoming of black people. And especially when Serena and Venus got into the game and they started dominating. All of the racial situations that they had to deal with that aren't necessarily publicized, it adds so much more to who she is and what she's done for the sport itself. Before Serena, people weren't out kind of dressing how they wanted to. She did what she wanted
pushed
to
the
do.
line.
She pushed the line. She, like they said, AI did with NBA, and she pushed the line in tennis, and she continued to dominate while she was doing it. And they were constantly degrading her as a black woman, calling her all kind of animals and negative epithets. It was just so much more that we didn't see that she had to go through to get to where she's going. I also want to read one of her quotes, and then I want y'all to kind of speak on it because I have my own thoughts on it. She wrote in a Vogue magazine. She said, "If I were a guy, I wouldn't be writing this because I'd be out there playing and winning while my wife was doing the physical labor of expanding our family. Maybe I'd be more of a Tom Brady if I had that opportunity." How y'all feel about that?
If I was a man. You're not. That's all I got. You're not. The comparison is, you're not.
But she's right, though. I mean, you're right, too, but she's right. Gender is she's right. I mean,
sports is a masculine thing.
Yeah, but in the same token, at this point, at this juncture in our world, women have defied so many odds. You know what I mean? And it's tough that now we're still having to prove ourselves.
But y'all don't even support each other.
Now, of course, I watch you guys' show.
That's what I'm saying.
frequently.
So, like, when I hear women, and I'm
right.
not talking about you.
Oh, no.
When I hear women stick up for shit like that, I ask them, do you even watch the sport?
Right.
Oh, no, I just love what she's doing. What the hell did she do? Like, it's hard for me to listen to shit like that.
Now, okay, so outside of basketball and football, I'm not really big on watching any sport.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
You probably watch more football than I do.
And so for me, women's basketball, honestly, is probably the last thing that comes to mind. And I apologize.
You shouldn't.
As much as I love what Serena and Venus and women like her have done, tennis is boring. I'm not going to watch it. For me, I'm speaking for Ebony.
Yeah, she said for her.
I'm only
she did.
speaking for me.
Don't do her like that,
I'm
though.
sorry.
I
Don't do
can't.
her like that.
I will read the write up, the stats and stuff later, but I'll give you about 10-15 minutes of my time. I have ADHD. Let me be clear. So yeah, you got to keep my attention, and it doesn't. So, but I want to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So I'll read about it, but to watch it, I'm not going to. So you're right. I don't type and respond to when y'all say stuff, but when you said that a couple of episodes ago, you was like, y'all don't even support each other, and I was like, he's right, because I can't tell you the last time I watched a women's basketball game, but it pisses me off when I know that they're not getting paid properly or treated properly.
Right.
And you're right, I can't say too much because I'm not even donating to the cause, you know, but she's still right though.
Tamika said, "You can't compare it. I'm so tired of women trying to compete or compare to a man. Let yourself be great."
And then leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it like that. You're great at what you did as a woman. That's it.
My thought process on it is, and I look at it as sports overall. Like from what she's saying as far as taking care of the family and all these, and when you bring kids into play, physically your body isn't going to be to the highest. The highest physicality as a man. So you're not going to be able to compete to that level. And like you were saying, with the support of women. So my question comes in is that with all women's sports, if this is something that you have to factor in as far as taking care of the family and things of these nature, is that always going to be the reason why women's sports is second grade almost?
Can I say this about that taking care of the family shit?
You can pay somebody.
They probably do.
Exactly.
So cut the shit.
Yeah.
Let's cut the bullshit.
you probably didn't.
You got a nanny,
Right.
Because he a billionaire. He ain't motherfucking. He ain't cooking
You
shit.
ain't, right.
No, absolutely not.
And a lot of people thought you married him
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah, he ain't cooking shit.
Yeah,
You got a nanny. Come on, man. Cut the shit.
so
Don't
she
stop.
don't have a case.
Hey, man.
With that statement, I felt some kind of way with that statement. And I
Okay.
say this because I love Serena. This is a Serena shirt. You can't see the back, but this is Serena. I love Serena. But I also noticed that when she started focusing on fashion, when she started focusing on businesses, that's when she would get to the finals and she would lose.
He was tired.
She was tired, and she
Yeah.
was in the winter of her career. But most athletes, when they get to where they're the Kobe's, the Jordans, the Gretzky's, they were obsessed with the sport.
Okay.
You didn't hear about the other stuff, the business stuff, and you didn't hear about that until they retired.
Got you. Okay.
But she started towards the end of her career, and I commend her for that. Make your money on the back end. Do what you
Right.
got to do. Make
Build.
money off of your name. Build
Yeah.
off of that. But also, don't come out and say, if I was a man,
Cause it's
It
some
would be different.
it's some what they call them. They call dudes that stay home dads.
home
They
dad.
out here too.
Yeah.
To professional women and more successful women in the
Yeah.
world. So
Yeah.
man, cut the shit, man. You ain't. Hey, man. All right.
yeah, I didn't,
Congratulations, man.
I didn't like that.
I don't want to talk crazy about it because I'm glad she did what she did.
Yeah, I love her. And again, she's going to do, I think this I won't say little, this last tour that she's doing, these tickets going to be sky high.
Right.
And they're going to sell out wherever she go. But congratulations
Maybe
to
she
her,
should make the
man.
prices, lower for women. Don't get me started.
Out.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm just saying.
Oh, my goodness. All right, one more thing. Well, this is something that I read up on today. School in the Atlanta metro area, has been in for the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They've already got 6 cases of kids bringing guns in the metro
The
area.
kids tired too?
Huh?
The kids tired of schools being shot up too?
And that's why I'm bringing it to the table. Is for this to happen 2 weeks in, you get 6 guns in the metro. That usually takes a whole year to happen.
These
This
kids
has
scared
happened
each
in
other.
2 weeks. One kid had 2 guns. That's how he got caught
These kids scared each
in
other.
McDonough.
So are there metal detectors when they try to enter the school?
Some schools.
Or is somebody snitching and saying, oh, he got a gun, I seen his gun?
He probably pulled it out his shoulder.
The reports that I read, the young man at McDonough, he had 2 guns in his backpack. When he dropped his backpack, one of them went off. That's how they call him.
So he got a Glock.
Another gun that was found in another school, they found in the bottom of like a free giveaway drawer or something. It was after school, so it was
Okay.
like an after school program, and they was going through this little drawer. They found a gun in there. Another case was a resource officer. Now I do have a question on this. Is a resource officer, and it was doing teacher planning, so the students weren't even at school. Situation happened in the parking lot. He pulled out his gun and shot and did whatever he had to do.
Oh,
I don't
damn.
think he killed anybody, but he got arrested for protecting the parking lot.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think is that a bit far?
Guns. They knocking truancy officers out of school. So I mean,
You do realize that over the last couple of years, like these children, and some of them not even children, these adults are coming on school property and mass killing people. You know what I mean? The one with the elementary school last year, like, really got my attention more than any of the other ones. Because, beforehand, it's like
It
a
was
troubled teenager goes back to school because he's been bullied. And it just lets you know now that we really have to deal with these kids' mental health. But when this boy came to an elementary school, these babies ain't did nothing to you. You know what I mean? They literally don't even know you exist. And you come and you take all of their lives. So fast forward to these middle school or teenagers or whatever you're talking about that are bringing guns to school. If they're bringing it to school on the inkling of I'm scared. You know what I mean? I don't think they should have guns. So let me be clear. Let me state that. I don't think they
thought
should
you
have
was
guns.
really saying that
but
they needed
these
guns, to be
kids
honest.
they're just as scared as we are for them. And so in their little minds, they're kind of like, I'm finna protect myself. Nah, baby, you really not. But okay, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Now the ones that are bringing them to school because we're fighting, or my little set, or my little gang, or whatever it is beefing with you. That's different, you know. And that's been going on since we was in school. Let's be clear.
Right.
They've been bringing guns to school
Yeah, guns go
forever.
around.
So this
Way
is
back.
nothing new. They just, with the information technology, we see it. Back in the day, it was word of mouth, but now we see everything. You know, everything is social media. Oh, you know, John Quavius brought a gun to school, and we sitting here like this, like, look at his book bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything we know now, you know. So that makes the difference. But, yeah, I don't think they should have them. This kind of, you know, it makes it even more scarier because their emotions are even worse than ours.
They're higher.
Yeah, so it's a hair trigger, you know. So that's 6 cases in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's 6 or 7. That's a lot.
six cases in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what do the school officials do at this point? Because y'all already have
They got clear book bags, right? That's a new thing. They got clear book
they
bags.
started now. I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
a couple of schools got they have a
Clear
clear
book-
book bag
Yeah,
ordinance.
clear good bag.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now the parents who can't afford to buy book bags in the
If you can't get a clear book bag, man, stop drinking.
Oh,
I'm just saying that,
Well.
like, come on, man. Clear
Gotcha.
book bag might cost you about $8.
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't. If you can't get a clear one, kid gotta carry the books.
Oh, and that's how that's
Like-
how it goes. Yeah,
like,
you have
you know
to
what I'm
have a
saying?
clear
Like,
book
we-
bag. You don't get
we-
to carry. You
We
don't have
can't.
one.
If I can look in your closet, see one thing in there with a name on it, you can afford a clear book bag.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, if you living in a car, you might can't get a book bag. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, protect your kid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that, and that's why I look at like the parents. Of course, a lot of the time the parents don't know that these kids got the guns,
They don't.
and they bringing
Yeah.
them to the school anyway. So,
Where y'all getting the guns from? These kids can afford.
That's
You
they-
said one of them
man,
had 2 guns.
These they parents'
yeah,
guns.
too,
These they parents'
yeah, they
guns.
probably find them.
Cause I was about to say,
And bring
how
them
he
to
can
school.
afford
This
street
big-
value
this-
is more than going into the pawn shop. So
you-
he's paying.
Can you get me? Can you get me?
I'm just saying, like, a $200 gun in the pawn shop is gonna easily cost you $500. How you get 2?
That's big brother
They
gun.
probably,
man.
yeah, they probably
Guns,
somebody
yeah.
that they don't snuck and
Yeah,
got.
they snuck them
Yeah.
You know,
guns.
taking
Yeah.
them to school. And I don't know if it's for protection or if it's them just trying to show off. Like I said,
And,
back in
and
the
that's
day,
what
that's
a
the
lot of
worst.
times. A lot of times,
it was
man.
them just trying to show off.
You know,
like
kids. It's kids don't want to shoot nobody. They don't want anybody to get jumped on either.
What city you stay in?
I'm in Union City.
That you said the kids don't want to shoot
They
nobody?
don't want to shoot nobody. Kids in school, they don't want to shoot nobody.
Okay.
Tamika, that's a good question. She says,
Hold on. Prove me wrong.
Oh,
I'm saying, like, realistically, we all went to school with or saw kids around us that literally were hotheads.
They ain't shoot nobody though. I'm from a very violent place.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people had guns
Yeah.
in school. They weren't shooting nobody.
The last high school, well, even the first high school I went to Columbia and Southwest DeKalb, and there were shootings, children, at both schools before I graduated.
How many? How many guns you think you seen versus the actual people that shot somebody? I bet the number is crazy
Okay,
different.
that's different.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
You put me in a situation, yeah, but kids walking around school with guns just so you don't have that situation.
Okay.
They don't want to shoot nobody.
Okay.
because types of people that want to shoot somebody ain't in school anyway. They on the
that's
street.
true too.
They on the street.
Well played. Well played. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
studying class.
yeah, so
okay.
he-
She's not studying class.
Exactly.
They don't shoot.
If I'm willing to shoot somebody, I don't care about no books. I don't care about no class. I ain't
Absolutely.
at school.
Absolutely.
You know.
Gotcha.
But, Tamika said, as a parent, is terrified, especially a parent with a child and sensory issues. She said, the question is, how can you prepare your child for things like this?
To be honest, man, you can't.
Can't.
Like, I'm gonna go back to the last shooting with the elementary school. They said that there were children that were taking the blood of their friends, wiping it on them, faking like they were dead. Like these kids have instinct. They like, shoot, I'm finna play dead too.
So they watch a lot of TV,
what I mean?
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like that hit me. Like these babies are they surviving. The survival instinct. Like I'm 41 and I don't know if I would have thought about that. Now I would have probably played dead, but I don't know if I would have took his blood and been like,
she out there like this with no bullet.
yes.
She
taking a nap. She taking a nap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave her alone.
She
She taking a nap.
But you know so you can't. We don't actually naturally live in an environment where you think to train your child what to do if a mass shooter comes in. But now here we are. We actually have to think like that.
But you know the conflict in that? You tell your kid to do this, but they're in school.
Gotcha.
So if they go against what the school's saying, you got a whole different issue. If I grab you and Sean, be like, yo, this is what my daddy told me, y'all come on.
Right.
And then y'all catch one of the noodle listening to me. So the schools need to do whatever. I think we talked about on the last show.
Yeah, we did.
Doors need to be locked. It need to be cops walking the hallways all day.
Or kind of like, you know how when we were kids, I don't know, I know you're not originally from Georgia, but I know you used to have tornado drills and
we
fire
talked about
drills and
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So is there a way to train these kids so if there is something that happens that universally they know what to do? Because at this age, I still remember what I'm supposed to do during a tornado drill. Now, I don't know if I can still get down there.
Yeah,
but I remember what I was supposed to do. Yeah,
Right.
like get on my knees
With
and
the
cover
book
up.
and cover up. Yeah,
I
we
don't
know
know
how
if
to-
I can breathe long
Yeah.
enough to last through the drill.
The fire
But I
drills,
remember
run
what I was
outside.
supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, so can...
But how would you? Because then it becomes more of a self-defense training.
If you hear that yang, I don't think
Yeah.
you could be talking about some. Let me get this math book and try to cover up.
right,
Get the
it's
fuck
more
up
of
out
an
of here.
innate
Hell
reaction.
yeah.
You running, you ducking, and you running. As soon as you hear that.
Yeah.
Away, not to it, away.
Yeah, away
some,
from it.
some people that don't look like us, they run to it.
Going
Some
to
people
bed.
like that. I ain't getting that with you. He on his own with that one, yo. He on his own.
But yeah, that's a good. I really don't think it's a trainer for that. But all we can do is, man,
Just
They need
pray.
to get these schools together, man. Put
Yeah,
more
just get
cops
these-
ain't doing shit no way. Put them in the schools, protect the kids.
They not...
Evan, what
I'm
you-
not doing... I was about... You know, naturally I respond to stuff, but yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's about that time. Ebony, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate the food,
Absolutely.
the salads, man. Tell the people where they can find you once again.
All right, again, it's me, your girl, Queen E. I can be found on Instagram at It's Queen's Kitchen. That's the @ ITSQUEENSKITCHEN. And you can also reach me via telephone or text at 404-937-0256.
Is the text and telephone different? Because you said it or. I thought it was like the same.
You can call me or text
All
me
right,
at
you don't have to have an attitude.
404.
That's that admitting you wrong thing. Never mind. That's
Well,
not
this is
my
my
business.
twin. Our birthday is on the same day.
On the
This-
same
That
day.
explains
This
a
is my
lot.
twin. Yeah. So
What do you...
Okay. We ain't
it's all
worried about
right.
that.
Let them be. Sometimes you. Let
Yo, we
them
sit and we joke about what happened to the young lady and officer, Mr. Brooks.
Right.
But let's commend him for actually keeping his cool
Absolutely.
and not
Yeah.
killing his sister.
Yeah.
Cause
She was out of line. She was out of line.
Might have hit her in the
I
head with
can't
that
wait to see how
motherfucker.
this unfolds, though. To be honest, I want to know what happens. I hope they kind of keep us a little updated. I want to know what else happens because her family was adamant about trying to press charges or something.
Really?
I don't know. I'm like, come on.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But yo, before we get out of here, man, make sure y'all live life and ain't nobody gonna judge y'all but saints.
But
I don't like the Saints, to be honest. But
nobody mentions that.
we love y'all, man. We see y'all again. Subscribe, like, hit the bell button, YouTube, Soundproof Hunger on Instagram, Apple, Spotify. We on there. Check us out. We love y'all. Be easy.